2024, Barclays Group released a statement when you systematically target every hospital in Gaza, something that used to be unthinkable.
Fair on the staff here.
It's not fair on Gazans.
It's not fair on Gazans. It's not fair on Gazans.
Come on now.
Hi everybody. We're sorry to interrupt. We've got a message for you as staff as well as to the customers of Barclays. I opened my Barclays account when I was just 18 and after decades I closed it last year. It was simple to switch and any Barclays customer can do the same.
Let's be absolutely clear. Barclays as an organisation cares absolutely nothing about people. It cares about one thing and one thing only, and that's profits.
It makes my voice tremble to say it. It brings up every emotion I have, but we cannot ignore this.
And please, customers, close your accounts as soon as possible, because every closed account means less money for genocide.
I'm here with comrades from Brent and Harrow PSC. Just a disclaimer, we don't have anything against branch staff, and we don't have anything against the customers. We just want to present the facts fully to you. And the facts are that Barclays, as a bank, are complicit in war crimes and are complicit in genocide and apartheid. They've been a target of PSC since 2022, and rather than decreasing their investments in companies investing in genocide, apartheid in Israel, they've upped it to 2 billion and 6.1 billion. This is unconscionable. In 2024, Barclays Group released a statement responding to this research, stating that they were committed to respecting human rights and the UN guiding principles of business and human rights, and that they were responding to their dealings with the armed industry. They were following the rules of war and international law. This is absurd. When you massacre a defenseless civilian population, when you systematically target every hospital in Gaza, something that used to be unthinkable.
It's not fair on the staff here.
It's not fair on Gazans.
It's not fair on Gazans. It's not fair on Gazans.
Yeah, no, but that's not fair on.
Newborns are dying from the cold, and fathers are having to pick up the mangled flesh of their dead loved ones and putting them in bags to bury them. This is unconscionable. The people of Brent and Willesden choose life over barbarism and death.
Can you please?
And this are not the values of Brent or Willesden. We understand that high street banking was a convenience of the past. Unfortunately, this bank is closing in May, so there's no reason to keep your account. You can move on to banks that are less complicit in such unconscionable war crimes. Thank you.
Come on now.
Hi everybody. We're sorry to interrupt. We've got a message for you as staff as well as to the customers of Barclays. Barclays is deeply complicit in Israel's war crimes. Barclays has an agreement with Israel to act as the primary dealer for its government bonds. This means that Barclays helps Israel raise money to fund its genocide. People protested and boycotted Barclays for 16 years during the anti-apartheid campaign before Barclays was eventually forced to pull out of South Africa. The people of Gaza do not have another 16 years. In 14 months since the start of Israel's genocide, at least 45,000 people have been killed, with thousands still under the rubble, and at least 74 children killed in the first week of January alone. The medical journal, The Lancet, estimates that the number of direct and indirect deaths to be at least 186,000. Israel is on trial for genocide at the International Court of Justice in a case brought by South Africa and supported by many other countries. A recent Amnesty International report confirmed that it is committing genocide. The International Criminal Court has issued arrest warrants for Netanyahu and the former Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant. Yet the UK government continues to supply arms to Israel, having suspended just 10%, and Barclays continues to ignore our pleas. So we're asking customers and staff in Barclays today to help lead the way. I opened my Barclays account when I was just 18, and after decades, I closed it last year. It was simple to switch, and any Barclays customer can do the same. You just go to the bank you want to open with, and they will do everything for you. So we are asking you today, as customers, please close your account. And we are asking staff members to please contact your trade union. The bank is complicit in Israel's war crimes, but you don't have to be. Please, please do the right thing.
15 months of genocide, 15 months of slaughter is what we've been witnessing in Gaza and in the West Bank. 70% of those people killed have been women and children who had been systematically targeted for assassination and murder by the Israeli occupation forces. Now, this bank cares nothing other than about its profits. This bank actually has investments of £2 billion and £6.1 billion in loans to 9 British companies which are directly supplying arms and technology and other logistical support to the Israeli occupation forces. That is an absolute shame. And let's be absolutely clear. Barclays, as an organisation, cares absolutely nothing about people. It cares about one thing and one thing only, and that's profits. And that's partly one of the reasons why you loyal customers here today who have been customers of Barclays for so many years will realise that in a few weeks' time, Barclays cares so much about you, they will close this branch and make you go elsewhere to carry out your business transactions. Like I said, the bottom line for them is the profit motive at all times. Now, we also have to recognise that not just Barclays, but there's also the British state involved here who continues to support both politically, financially and logistically the ongoing genocide that's taking place there. And it's about time, is it not, that after 15 months, and for that matter, after nearly 100 years of oppression against the Palestinian people, enough is enough. And this bloody horror must stop. And that's why we're here today to protest, because we will not be silent. We will not stand aside. We will shout out.
It's sad to come here today and see that staff have, met us in the negative manner, and that you don't realise how this is connected. People might think that something like banking with Barclays is insignificant, but it's not. These choices matter. Our choices need to be conscious choices, and we need to think about it. We need to think about what this connects to on a deeper level. I watched yesterday a series of short films from Gaza called Ground Zero. I was so moved that I spent most of the evening in tears, but this is what, for those of us who are watching, this is what we are seeing every single day. Babies dying, children dying, mothers dying, fathers dying, entire families, entire bloodlines being wiped out. It makes my voice tremble to say it. It brings up every emotion I have, but we cannot ignore this, and we must fight it in every way that we possibly can. And that includes actions like these. And that is why closing your bank account is important. Being part of boycott is important. Thinking about all the brands that we might have any connection with is important. So I would just like to will anybody that is here today that is listening, and that includes all of the staff, to think about what we are saying, what our message is, and what you are doing with your conscience on a daily basis and every night when you go to sleep, as children and human beings are losing their lives. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Carol and I'm Jewish. And I feel what is happening in Palestine is terrible. Now, some people say it's only been for a few months. No, it hasn't. I am 76 years old, and it was happening when I was born. It has been happening. The shortest time we can say is 1948, but it's been happening long, long before that. I can only beg you, entreat you, please close your accounts, because by having an account, you enable genocide. That doesn't mean that the people working in the bank are bad people. Of course they're not. But Those who run banking, especially in this case Barclays, know exactly what's happening. And they think that money overprivileges life. Please, Barclays, don't act like this. And please, customers, close your accounts as soon as possible, because every closed account means less money for genocide. Please, please, I entreat you. Thank you.
Free, free,
Palestine!
free, free,
Palestine!
free, free.
Palestine!
Barclays, you can't hide. Barclays.